What's up, guys? My name is Jamal Socorro.
My name's Duran Gaddis.
And we are the Wannabe Boo podcast, bringing you the latest and greatest game and anime news, reviews, and waifus for Waifu. This is episode 21.
21.
We are legal now.
You're right. Our podcast can... Wait, no, that's only years, not episodes.
I'm trying to play in the whole 21 number game thing.
But if years were episodes, we could drink now.
Exactly, which we should probably have like a bottle of meat in here.
You're right, but it's, 2 p.m.?
Yeah,
and I still have work.
Yeah,
later
exactly.
on today.
I mean, you can get a buzz right before work, right? You don't drive. You walk to work.
Right. You're right.
So, John, I have to ask. Are you... What are your plans for the summer sale, the Steam summer sale?
I'm completely avoid it. See, all right, so E3 was fucking 2 weeks ago,
right?
And they announced a ton of stuff for fall.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta save up because I gotta get a Switch, I gotta get Smash, I gotta get Code Vein, I gotta get 3 different samurai games.
There's so much you gotta get.
There's so much shit I gotta get.
I mean, that goes for me as well, because I still have to get a Switch, and then with December coming up with Smash and all that, and I still gotta play like Breath of the Wild, Odyssey, Mario Kart 8 maybe.
Exactly. Fucking, I don't have time for Steam.
But Steam has time for you though, apparently.
Steam can have all the time in the world, but unless shit's free, I can't do it.
But what if there is free?
See, I'm not gonna torture myself by going onto the site.
But Gabe is he's calling. He's calling for all of us.
He's calling.
He already saved hentai for us. We owe him that much.
Shut. You shut. The only thing I'd be willing to buy at this point is probably Fallout 4 because I still don't own it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Other than that, I'm not looking at anything new except like right now. But that's just because you mentioned Steam and I was curious.
Yeah, exactly.
Damn it! It's $30. No.
It's half off, Jerome.
No!
Look at that. Get it.
Nope. We're good.
No?
Nope.
You're not going to let the temptation ride you?
It's tempting me. I'm going to go away before I decide to buy it. Because I don't have the money right now.
That's true. You can always buy School Days. I think it's on there. I don't know.
No.
That's not on there?
No. I don't even care if it is. It could be fucking tied to a fucking golden... take it. Anyway, bad, don't play.
How about Clannad? It's on there. Clannad's on there.
Bad and don't play.
It's gonna be on PS4 soon, apparently.
No, it's
with the English
going
patch.
Back to hell where it belongs. That and School Days.
That's something we gotta do. I don't know. You should play. I want to watch you play any of those games.
I want to watch you die. That's what you want to fucking do. That's what
I'll play them with you. We'll both be victims into this ordeal.
Will it though?
Yeah.
No.
We'll both suffer in our wrong decisions because School Days tree is just hellish.
You know how long it takes to fucking play a VN?
Yeah, I know. I've only played like a couple, but they're fucking long, especially if you don't want to get specific routes. Yes, they're really long.
Or if you're good like me, doing Kato Shoujo first time twice.
Wait, with
Bacon Chan and Blind Chan.
Oh man.
I don't remember the name.
No, yeah, I know.
I just know their memes.
That's terrible. But moving forward and all this, we caught up in the last 24 hours.
Yep.
A bunch of it's
5 is
we essentially binged 5 different, I guess, core series of the spring 2018.
We couldn't get
lineup.
to everything because there was just not enough time in the day.
Yeah, like we literally started like in the afternoon and went on for 12 hours straight, and then finished right before recording this.
Mm-hmm.
So we're barely just making enough time to even do this right now.
Right before I have to fucking go work for the rest of the day.
So what do you want to start off with? We can always go in order, or just some whatever comes up to your mind.
I mean,
we can start with Hinamatsuri since that was the first one.
That's true. We could start with Hinamatsuri. So, fucking that show is a gem of comedy. Like, I don't. How would you explain it? Like, how do
if Slapstick had a series, that would be it.
But with a point though.
There was no
point.
point.
It didn't have a point.
There was no
point.
point.
But it's like it was so well done.
The first half of the first episode was the point, and then it just flew out the window.
Right.
Just like every other form of logic that came with that show.
It's just and also it was just completely unpredictable. There's just no way to like it's funny. Don't get me wrong. It's fucking hilarious, but you got to be careful. You can't go in just thinking, oh, it's all happy, all fucking laughs and shit. No, it'll get you.
Yeah, exactly.
There's some hidden feels.
Exactly. Like, oh my god. Shit. I without trying to spoil too much, like just Anzu's arc. I binged it to the point where Anzu's arc ended, and man, I've never felt so touched before, like, about homeless people.
The wholesomeness of the wholesomeness that this show can get to is too high.
Exactly.
It's just too fucking powerful.
If anything, it sort of it gave me the same kind of feeling as like Sakamoto Kun.
Mm-hmm.
Like not so much in the field department, but more so in the just its
the way it approaches its humor.
Exactly. Like it's foolish, but at the same time it works for itself, because it's almost like it's trying to take itself seriously, but at the same time it's throwing in like all this random bullshit at the same time.
Like, it's so fucking good. It's definitely one of my favorite comedies now. Like, it's just... Well, one of my favorite shows, probably, because it's just... Wait a second. What episode did we leave off on?
It was 12? It was 12. Yeah,
was it 12 or was it 11?
Maybe 11. It might have been 11.
No, it was... Okay, never mind. I got confused.
Why?
For a second, I thought there was one more episode.
Yeah, because even on my anime list, it's only 11 episodes.
It's 12, on my anime list.
12? Okay.
Well, 11 is what we're thinking was the Otaku one.
Oh, right.
Which also ended not prematurely, but
it ended without us knowing.
Right. It just kind of
ended.
Yeah. All right. So before we get to that, Hinamatsuri ended in a way where it just fucking. It opened up a plot point at the end and then just dropped it.
I mean, yeah, sort of.
I
mean, if anything, it resolved the first scene from the first episode.
Yeah, but like at the last episode without doing anything.
I mean, I guess it would have ended the way it ended the way the show is portraying itself as, like just a wistful way of ending with dreams ahead of itself.
I guess, but like it didn't. Like there was literally no like high point in the show. Like there was just
like a climax and then like a downfall kind of thing.
It just kept going, and anytime you thought there was a hill, it was an illusion. You're actually still just going straight. Nothing fucking happened.
Exactly.
Well, I mean, I guess a couple of things happened, specifically with like Anzu's arc. She actually had a plot.
Exactly. Like her arc was like a fucking it went up and then it went from one to another, but really quickly. Like It was a very short arc, but it was a very wholesome arc.
Oh god, it was too powerful. I definitely fucking cried. Oh, it was just too strong.
Exactly. I don't know the source. I don't know if it's a manga source or.
I don't remember. Yeah.
But it's definitely a fun watch. And if you guys haven't even started it, because I know I didn't start it just by looking at the promo image of it, because I didn't think much of it.
Right, same here.
Like I initially started because I found a random clip on Facebook, and I was like, oh, what show is this? And then I got curious and then went into it, and Jesus Christ, it's one of the best decisions I've made in my life.
By the way, it is a manga and or light novel. It is a manga.
Oh, okay. Like I feel for a more like a regular kind of style manga.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I just know it's manga.
Well, there you go, folks. If you want to, I mean, I personally would recommend watching it just because the illustrations are hilarious.
Oh, they certainly.
I bet it's even more so in the manga. But Jesus, it's if you want something that'll just tickle your bone for a bit there and a nice weekend afternoon, I would highly recommend it for that purpose.
But remember, be careful.
Right.
The feels can hit you real fast.
Don't get too comfortable.
Don't get too comfortable.
Because it'll pop right and get you right in the heart.
Just pull that bone and just stab you. Like,
exactly.
Sup, fucker.
It'll take your little bone and stab you with it at the same time.
But as we were talking about before, the otaku one, it's hard for otakus to find love. That one also kind of just ended without anything happening.
Yeah, Like it ended in a way that it ended in a way how the show portrayed itself. It was because the whole series itself is like it's a relax. It's sort of like a cool headed kind of series where it's mostly revolving around adult relationships, especially in an office building. I mean, it's a pretty adult relationship to some degree. How about a mature relationship?
I guess. Was it though?
Yeah. Mature.
It looked like it was just otakus in love in an office setting. That's all it was.
In that context, then yes, but it's still a pretty fun kind of adult romance kind of thing.
But it didn't feel like adult romance.
Well, I mean, what do you think adults do when they date? They hang around, they do stuff together, go on dates.
Yeah.
And then they fuck. I don't know.
I mean, they do, but like.
Like if it's like if anything, this was very life slicey. If I always like to say,
I mean, slice of lifey.
Life slicey.
I like life of slicey.
Okay.
Slice of life. Wait, fuck.
Life slicey.
Life slicey or slice of lifey or slice lifey.
Or lifey slicey.
Lifey slicey. I like lifey slicey.
Lifey slicey. There we go. Well, that's what I got from it because I even read the manga. Right before, years before, because it was early on, back when it was actually it originally started as a webcomic series on Pixiv.
Oh, really?
And then it got serialized over time, and then got its manga series and all that.
That's pretty cool.
And I mean, the anime really does portray the manga true. Mm-hmm. So. But that's what I get. I get a lifey slicey kind of feel for it. I don't know. What about you?
I mean, it definitely was a slice of life anime. Mm-hmm. Like that's its genre,
right?
But I mean, it was definitely a nice kind of fun read.
Watch.
If you're reading subtitles, you gotta if you're an advanced trooper like me.
Oh yes, of course.
Advanced dweeb, you watch sub, but it was definitely good, and I would recommend that to anybody that just. That needs a nice, easy, no real bullshit.
Yeah. Not so dramatic, too, actually.
It's not dramatic at all. It's just what it is.
Exactly. It's a bunch of nerds hanging out with each other.
Yeah, basically.
Actually, it's like the less dramatic version of Gamers, if you remember that from 2 seasons ago.
Yeah. Gamers was... okay, if we're going by a mature relationship... There's the difference. You look at Gamers after everyone started getting together, and then you look at Wadakoi, and you're like, all right, yeah, you can definitely tell the difference in level of relationship, where it's not just everything has to be a big deal, I guess.
Yeah, I mean that's why I thought a mature relationship was. It was more like it's like not so casual, but it's like they understand each other enough to be able to do stuff together, like go out for drinks or go on dates, or literally just like going over to someone's house and just to play games together, that kind of thing.
Right, but that's the fantasy. There's the fantasy aspect.
I mean,
finding someone to do that with you.
That's true. I mean, I wouldn't know. I'm still single. I'm still a virgin and all that. So aren't we all? Aren't we all? Especially listening to this podcast.
Probably. I'm not gonna. If you aren't, congrats, but
you've surpassed us in that level.
Let's be honest here. Maybe some years down the line, if someone decides to be like, yeah, let's archive Want to Be podcast because they have 100 followers now. Fucking, this is like 30 years down the line.
And I'll be still single 30 years down the line,
It's all right. We'll still be here.
We'll be here for you guys.
That's right. On our fucking 7,000th episode.
And your kids as well.
Yeah.
Introduce them to us. Don't take that out of context. Do not take that out of context. That was bad. I have to cut that out now. That's really bad. Let me rephrase that. Pass on our podcast to generations, to future generations of future anime fans.
There we go. I didn't think I was going to be able to hit you as a pedophile in this episode, but you brought it upon yourself.
Hey, look who's talking, mister. She's only 18 years old. All
right. Before you just pull that shit out of nowhere.
No.
I was doing waifu research.
Who else does waifu research?
I was doing waifu research, Everyone does waifu research on their waifus, Jomel.
Yeah, but specifically for her age.
Well, yeah, because it's weird if you claim a waifu when she's too young, you pedophile. That's why I was checking. All right, Marina from Splatoon 2 is Octoling character, and she's a little cute little chocolate mint Octo girl.
Right.
And before you get weird about a character, you got to make sure it's okay.
Right.
See, I do my research. I make sure.
And that's fine. That's fine. The only thing was,
instead of just jumping head first. And
that's fine.
Fake Clyde, we gotta transfer fucking magic through fucking sex.
Hey, that's the world building right there.
The world building.
Magic is transferred through only such methods, either through saliva or other bodily.
You can hold each other's hand. You can sweat on each other.
That's not what fate wants. It's not the fate.
But that's what you want.
But Jerron, the reason why I found it so weird is because I was fine with it, but always when you came up with the thing was it's okay, she's 18 years old. I checked. I didn't even ask you that. I'm like, okay, was there any reason for me to doubt you?
No,
I didn't doubt you one.
There wasn't any reason to doubt, but we still have to make sure.
Jerron, there's no reason to pre-establish yourself to be.
Well, it's because there is a reason. Because
I guess
the fucking advertisement for Splatoon always said, you're a kid, you're a squid, you're a kid. They keep going on and on about them. Like, all right, so they're children, so you can't no looting unless you're a fucking degenerate, like I know you people are. But I made sure that there was one person there that was actually Pearl's older than Marina, which is her co-star. So those two are okay to loot, all right? Maybe even the Calamari sisters. I don't know how old they are, but I imagine they're the same age. But so the four of them are okay to loot. Everyone else is not. Get that shit straight, yo.
It's okay.
And hang fresh.
We're all brothers in arms in this case.
We're not.
We all come from the same seed. We all come from
the same seed.
We all sprout for the same reasons.
Anyway, fucking.
Speaking of ass beating, Megalobox.
Megalobox.
It's not done yet as of this recording,
right,
but
there should be one more episode left.
Mm-hmm. We have one more episode, and that's going to be the big fight against Yuri.
Because the one we watched was episode 12, right? Or was that
11? Yeah, it was 12.
Right. So yeah, there's one more. That show is fucking.
Now, if you were to put Samurai Champloo, Cowboy Bebop, and Ippon or Champion Joe, put all that together because it's classy, it's
super classy,
it's cool, actiony, and not just that, but it's just what is it? It's intense.
It's radiating style. Fucking, it's oozing out of its pores.
Exactly. I've never thought I'd see the day boxing would come back in such a stylish way without being bland.
I know, fucking, I always entertain the idea of watching Hajime Ippo, but then I thought about it, what am I watching? I'm just watching people box. But then I watch Megalobox, I'm like, people are just boxing, but it's fucking, is it this cool? Is it cool everywhere else?
Exactly. And it didn't, and honestly, Joe didn't really need, no, not just that, Megalobox didn't really need the gear aspect of it to drive it, because literally they just had their main character just go out, without styling it.
It's just so damn good.
It's about the soul of boxing, about the genuine article.
It's about being the average Joe rising up from a junkyard dog.
There you go.
That's the plot.
there you go. It's a staple sports anime for those interested. I think it's one of the first sports animes that I've really invested myself into.
Same.
The traditional sport animes.
Well, I mean, this one's kind of far from traditional, though.
I mean, it's boxing.
It's putting in. It is boxing, but it's putting in that the futuristic aspect, adding the gears and shit. Even though the main character doesn't use them.
I mean, there's not so much focus on the gear as in that. The one thing I was worried about is them focusing on the gear as a technical aspect. But they did
kind of play background.
Exactly, because they really pushed the message that it's not the gear that makes the boxer, it's the boxer using the gear, that kind of thing.
It's true.
So that really drove it kind of grounded the focus that this is still boxing at its core. So the gear was more like an added bonus because there's you gotta have a perfect reason why you would need fast rounds and knockouts.
Right.
Because if you watch traditional boxing in IRL, it's very slow paced, and someone wins by technicality, that kind of thing.
Usually, but in this one, the majority of people are fucking
just
out cold.
Exactly. It's essentially trying to kill each other to some degree.
Which I'm still to the fucking second to last episode. I'm surprised. Like I'm pretty sure people in the underground part have died. But like you're fucking strapping these metal fucking gearbox ass things to you, and you're punching each other in the face. Like the human face can only take so much punishment.
Exactly.
And you can die from getting punched without the fucking enhancement.
Exactly.
Fucking everyone should just die in one punch. Like it doesn't, like one hit to the head, they're done. That's literally it. I don't understand.
Only an enemy, I guess.
I guess.
But we highly recommend it. Megalobox. It's gonna be 13 episodes. Binge them all now and catch the latest episode this week, because it's gonna be one hell of a finale.
Oh, it sure will be.
Where it's gonna just be an old school. Well, I don't want to spoil anything, but it's gonna take you back.
It's gonna be a royal slugger.
But yeah, shit. Watch it, love it. Hell, get yourself into boxing. Honestly,
like that shit's fucking inspiring. Like, it's so fucking good. But let's see, what else did we fucking watch? We watched the GGO.
Oh yeah, SCL Alternative GGO.
The GGO. So there was a lot of debate on this one. I guess not debate to watch it, but like debate on, is it just gonna be a bunch of shit that people don't care about? Like well, I mean, how do I phrase this?
Is it gonna have the same SEO problem that it's parent its parent name coming from,
right?
And
that's what I was worried about, because like we've all seen Sword Art Online at this point. Yeah, because you
either hate it or love it,
right?
It's either love it or you bash on people that do love it.
Well, I mean, it's less. I mean, I can't speak for everyone, because people obviously love it, but like I feel like the vast majority of people that watch it are like, yeah, it's all right. Yeah. They don't care about it, but then there's obviously the people that'll bash it, and there's the people that love it. Mm-hmm. But I feel like the people that love it are in minority. Well, and like absolutely love it.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, I want to say the same for those who bash it.
Really though, I don't know. I feel like more people bash it than they love it. But the so if a percentile of people that watched it, I'd say like 60% of the people that watched it thought it was all right, and then fucking 20%, maybe even 15 loved it, and then the other fucking 35 hated it.
But then you have to consider like how much of that percentage you think are just trolls, for example? Because I honestly think that whether you love or hate something, I feel like you have to own it.
Also, my math was off. So don't pay attention to me.
But whether you hate or love something, I feel like you should own it. So if you're gonna hate on something, at least own up to it, not just because it's a trend that it's a thing that people do. Like for example, like Attack on Titan, that was a thing where people it was all hyped up, and there was a good majority of people liking it. And all of a sudden, people start bashing on those who like it, that kind of thing. And some people usually do it just because it makes the other mad, and it's just something they like to blow off steam, or they're just trolls and they want to stir the wee pot.
Right. I got you.
And I mean, we can't always escape from those kind of individuals, but
I mean, you won't be able to. That's you just have to put that out there. There's gonna be trolls no matter what you do. And
as long as you recognize them as trolls and don't take them as seriously, that's like the key thing in those kind of situations.
That is true.
But in regards to like GGO, I don't even. Okay, well, let's tell them what we think about it, because I don't think we can't really speak for the fan base. Right. Because again, this is by a different writer of SEO. So again, this is literally a different perspective of the world itself. So
I mean, personally, I really like the first half, because I think we talked about it before on the podcast, where it's like I really enjoy them just playing the game, right? Because like adding extra dramatic stuff, I mean, it's fine if it's like pertaining to the game, or maybe it's a little bit of outside stuff, but like at the first it was just them playing the game, and that was great. And then the second half of the show got a little convoluted. Not convoluted, well, yeah, convoluted. dramatically.
Well, I mean, it was only that one aspect of it was
Yeah, but it like I almost feel like it's trying to dip its toe back into SAO.
I can I kind of agree and somewhat disagree. It's more to me. I feel like it's more of not throwback, more of a callback to its origin itself, and that there's still characters that still that there are characters that still linger from that part of SAO.
You're right,
and it. I mean, it honestly it could have been done without the lingering past of SAO. But I don't think it's too much. I don't think it's enough to deter what it's still going on what's still happening right now in the show.
Right. No, I agree. Like I'm still enjoying Gun Gale Online. Like I can't wait for the last episode later on today.
Mm-hmm.
But like it's just rubbing me weird that it's the only reason the second part is happening is because this weird bullshit. Now I get it. I guess people would get tired of, all right, they're just playing the game. We don't necessarily care about that. But like at the same time, it's like, do we really need that much of a leap to fucking get them back into the game?
Right.
That's my problem with it. Where it's like, it's just, we could have had any kind of problem, but we had to go for the most extreme.
Yeah, that's true. The only thing I'm grateful about is that they didn't focus on it so much during the second half. And, like, it was enough of a reason to get back into the squad jam,
right?
But that wasn't like the rest. Like during this entire sequence, it hasn't been constant that constant thought. Like a lot of it is still a lot of the content that we see is still Len playing the game, and vice versa for any other teams that's out there. Even M's team, like that whole literally the 10-minute massacre episode, which is titled that. It's still it didn't really they didn't pertain to that whole issue. It was more of Pito just doing her thing as a GGO enthusiast and all that. I mean, I'll agree with you that the reason for the second half is a bit overreaching, but I'm thankful that they didn't really focus so much on that aspect of it.
Right, I got you.
So they still let the players play the game and show us what everyone can do in the game, that kind of thing.
Right, and even though it's kind of weird to do it at this point, because they started to shine a light on other characters.
Right.
Just kind of introduced. Like,
right.
they gave personalities to this other team. They gave personalities to these, like, two characters from different teams just individually. Just, they had one episode of Spotlight, like, and that's it. And I doubt they'll ever be called on again.
Right, exactly. I mean, maybe you have to read the novel. Maybe it's one of those things, because it's the one thing with, like, I mean, I'm not gonna provide excuses for the studio or anything, but, like, animating from a manga to anime is hard enough as it is, and let alone having to animate a novel.
Right.
To an anime, there's a lot more content that you have to either take out or keep in, that kind of thing.
Right.
But I mean, personally, I think it's doing a good job, even with its
overreaching
plot points.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm enjoying it for the most part. It's actually given me some weird enthusiasm to play Division and just hop in the Dark Zone.
Right.
And then I can literally I can change the color of all my shit to a certain color. I'm just tempted to
do it, just turn pink.
Exactly. Just go in pink and be like.
You're right.
I don't know if there's P90 in the game. There probably is.
I would imagine that they would try to reach to as many guns as they could. It's really futuristic or not.
It's really tempting me to just get ready for Division 2. But even though they're gonna have microtransactions in that game, apparently, but
yes, they are.
I don't know. Maybe I'll just stick to Destiny or something.
I mean, they're already asking a lot.
That's true. But that was SEO alternative GGO.
Did we already go through all 5? Shit.
No, not yet. If I mean,
well, we have one more.
Yeah. But backtracking just a little bit. For those of you who actually like SEO, this is a pretty good segue from the main timeline, I guess, so to speak.
This is true. This is very true.
It's like what Jerron said a couple of podcasts ago. It provides a really good different perspective on the whole on the rest of the world itself, especially like the game, the game building world in a sense. Especially if you enjoyed GGO, like the game itself.
Right.
Like I personally enjoyed the GGO arc from SEO, and I was actually quite I don't know if I said this previously, but I was excited about this the alternative series being animated, because I was like, oh, we get to literally have a different perspective of the SEO world in GGO,
right?
A different game, and I was all for that, because like I'm honestly up for anything SEO related, and if even that means different characters and all that, that just like expands the world itself. So that's my perspective. That's my take on it.
Right. No, I certainly agree with that. It is interesting to, as I said before, take this alternative look at Gun Gale Online. In fact, I wish they would do it for like the one with the fairies.
ALO.
ALO. I don't want to say character, like, all right, I understand the overpowered main character kind of deal. You know, I love One Punch Man, shit like that. But, like, the way they did it in that one felt
forced
a little bit. Like, I get Kirito's supposed to be super fucking strong because, you know, main character and you can transfer your data, blah, 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 whatever. But, like, it just felt so, what's the word? Gross.
I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what you're trying to portray here.
It felt angsty. Like it felt
edgy.
A little edgy. Like I don't know. I can't really put my thumb on it. It felt weird. That entire arc felt weird. But I loved the game itself. Like I wish they would do what they're doing with this in that world.
You think because his goal was Asuna?
No, because I mean that made sense. I mean, again, this is you're coming from the first half of the show where everything was already super fucking dramatic,
right?
So you're already up there, so you're like, all right, well, I guess we'll just finish up. I guess it's because the last villain kind of sucked. He was just
an asshole.
Whereas the guy before at least was like, he kind of had a point, even though he forgot it.
Yeah, yeah, that's true.
But like, it just felt like it. Oh, you know what? It just felt like 100% White Knighting.
Really?
That's what it felt like. It was just like the ultimate White Knight wet dream. It's like, I'm super strong and I'm gonna power through the world to fight the cucking asshole, and then I'm gonna save my girl and, you know, tip my fedora. I mean, that's what it felt like the whole damn time.
I mean,
while all these other girls are after my dick, no, I have to focus on my one true senpai.
Doesn't that technically follow our at least our mindset when it comes to that kind of those kind of characters? Like again, we've defended Futoshi.
You're right.
In Darling the Franxx since episode 11.
You're right, but it's because he did it without as much emotion as Futoshi would. Like, he would be dead set on it the whole damn time. He would just be like, you know, he'd be so natural about it, I guess. Kirito just felt like he was just too cool for school until it got down to the point.
But he never acted that way, though.
Yes, he did the whole time. He's like, oh, man, well, I guess my powers are still super cool. And I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna...
He wasn't aware of it to the point where he was like, he was boastful. He was aware. He did enough that he could, you know. If anything, he was doing his best the entire way throughout ALO.
Well, the other problem is that Kirito, you know, he follows that unfortunate main character cliche where he's just kind of too bland to care about.
Oh,
that's probably what rubbed me the wrong way. It felt like
more of
the ultimate self-insert. Whereas if it was Futoshi, he's his own person.
You mean he's not unique enough as a main character?
Yeah, he's just not.
I think it's more of a subjective thing.
And maybe that's more subjective. Maybe that's just coming from me. It just felt like the ultimate white knight fantasy, whereas Futoshi's case was just like, this is how a person might react.
Okay. Oh, I guess.
You know what I mean?
I understand. I can see that.
That's just where I'm coming from with it. But again, I would love an alternate look at ALO because I love that world. The flying aspect, because I love games where you can fly. I like the magic system. Like the whole, like every different fairy, whatever, has different magic shit that they're good at. Like, that's fucking cool. And it was cool that Kirito used his fairy race to create fucking giant demon dude. That was cool. But like, I don't know.
Is he too normal? Is that it? Is he too normie?
He's too normie. Like that is the problem. He just doesn't feel like a real person. He's just like
he's too normie. That's the problem. He's too normie to be a main character.
He is though. Like, look at him. He's just so fucking normal.
I mean, I feel
he
like
doesn't have any like thing to him other than Asuna.
I mean, he's a perfect reason to silence her because there's nothing you can at least relate to him. Try to.
Can you though?
Yeah.
Can you though? He doesn't do much.
He does enough. He does enough.
Much.
He does what he needs to do.
He approaches every situation the exact same way.
What, with objectives? Objectively?
No, it's like it's different. Like it's like
he approaches everything objectively. Like if anything, he'll even in the movie that whole crisis was he had to like solve the main problem there with like pure with current knowledge he has and just expanding whatever he could.
Like he just feels angsty too. Like I don't know, maybe I don't know. He's just I don't know. It just feels.
Is it like a Kim Kardashian kind of situation
no,
that I'm here that I'm feeling here?
I don't think it's that problem. it's just I don't know. It's just something that rubs me the wrong way about him. Like I don't hate.
Would you be his friend?
I don't know if I could. He just there's nothing to him. What would you do with the man?
Play games?
Okay, and what else? Like
Kendo?
Any two people can play video games together, but if you don't fucking say anything,
he's skilled at kendo.
Huh?
He's skilled in kendo.
Oh, okay. What else can he do?
What
else does he do? He's really good at video games, and he's good at kendo.
Isn't he also like a programmer in a sorts, or at least that's what he was going for when it came to like internships and all that.
Okay, he has.
He's got a cool motorcycle.
He's got a goal. He's good at games, and he can do kendo. What about his personality? What is unique about his personality?
Unique?
Not necessarily unique, but like what? Point out something about his personality.
Just point out something.
Just point something out.
He takes care of his friends.
All right. You just listed every single main character.
Well, are you asking me what a unique aspect about him, or
like something that doesn't just make him look like you just cut him out of cardboard and put it in an anime? But maybe this is just a critique on like just main characters in general. I don't know. Maybe that's my problem.
Maybe because like you said, a lot of main characters, are like him.
But even then, like if you look at characters like, I mean, if you look at shonen just in general. Like let's take Naruto, fucking One Piece, and Fairy Tail.
Okay.
And Dragon Ball Z. All the main characters are ridiculously powerful, care about their friends, stupid.
I don't say Kirito was like
He's not a traditional, but like he's the cookie cutter from most harem animes, where he's like.
But he's not acting upon it.
None of them do.
Oh, well, I mean,
you can pull out a select few.
Technically, Goku's married, so
barely. I'm pretty in Super. They fucking talk about how Goku has never kissed Chi-Chi. They're barely married. That's true. It's because Chi-Chi likes him for some reason. Mm-hmm. We don't know. He's just fucking.
It's been years and we still don't know.
We don't know what the chemistry is. We know why Vegeta likes Bulma. Mm-hmm. We know why Bulma likes Vegeta. They have a fucking marriage dynamic. Like they're both just fucking headstrong, stubborn asses, and they just like that about each other.
Right.
That's their dynamic. What's the dynamic between this idiot and Chi-Chi?
Oh well.
Think about it.
That's true, yeah.
Like, and that's. You look at fucking Naruto, like, he, you know, in Shippuden he calmed down a little bit and became a responsible kind of deal.
Right.
Like, all right, I get that. I can respect that. And that's why he was able to feasibly have a relationship with somebody.
Okay.
But you look at like people like Luffy and Natsu from Fairy Tail, and they're like, they're too stupid. Like, you couldn't see them with anybody, realistically.
That's true.
It's just like people, you know, people ship, and that's fine. Ship whoever you want to fucking ship. But, like, it just, he doesn't feel right. And then going back to Kirito, he's just another cookie. He's just another, he might be from a different pile of cardboard, but he's still a piece of fucking cardboard. And
That's
it's
true.
just like,
but in that, if you're looking at it in that perspective, then doesn't that also apply this to the opposite, where like there really isn't any other reason to hate him? Because there's nothing. He does. Like, if there's nothing notable that's needing praise, there really isn't anything needing for him to just get bashed on.
I mean, you're right, but that isn't that a problem in itself? There's nothing interesting about him. There's no high, there's no low. He's just there. Cardboard.
I think we might have just solved world. We just like figured out world peace.
You're right. We just fucking figured it out. Kirito's just boring.
That's it. I think everyone just taking it out of proportions. Maybe.
I mean, I'm fine with that. I can sit there and enjoy SAO knowing Kirito's boring AF, but appreciate the world around him.
Right.
And
but
I mean, he's supposed to be boring because you're supposed to self-insert on him, I guess.
Maybe.
But
I don't know I don't know what the writer's intention is, but you know.
Even then, if you look at characters like fucking Link and all these people who don't even say a fucking word and have no real personality traits, you get little specks at least. Like if you play Wind Waker, that Link's full of personality. He just doesn't want your shit. He just doesn't. He's done with your shit.
Right.
Like that's that one.
Maybe we should rewatch. Maybe I gotta rewatch it. It's been years, and we've been filtered out through the internet and all this.
You're right. You're right.
Maybe like a raw watch would
right
help solidify that ordeal.
Maybe we should do a video. Maybe we should do like an in-depth.
Look on the SEO problem.
Look on the SEO problem, because I'm pretty sure other YouTubers have done it, other creators. But like, I want to do ours. I want to fucking
our version.
Exactly. You know,
we should
the right one.
But Len though.
I love Len. I can't. All right. So again, going from cookie cutter main character, she's definitely not that.
No.
I mean, you could argue she is, but it's also like, it's kind of different because she like has problems. She's not perfect. That's another problem. Kirito's quote unquote perfect. He can't do no wrong.
Quote unquote again.
Quote unquote.
It's only that's the subjective thing.
Yeah.
Even he recognizes his own flaws.
Yeah, but they're not real flaws.
I mean,
look at Lynn. She's fucking tall. Hates the fact that she's tall, and she's super shy and wants to be able to deal with it. There, flaw, human, person. Kirito's like, I gotta save Asuna. My cousin likes me. That's weird. Kendo. Also have a daughter in a camera. All right, let's deal with it. That's it.
I mean, he didn't have friends either.
Huh?
He didn't have friends either.
He had friends.
No, he didn't.
Yes, he did. Before he has, we don't get a look into his personal life, which is the problem. We get a look into his relationship with Asuna.
We did get a look into his personal life.
Like before.
Yeah, he said that when he was little, all he had was games. All he really had were games to like go about his day. Besides Kendo, games were the only way for him to escape. That's why he played it as SAO.
You're right.
And then he made friends along the way because of the death game and all
that.
You're
right.
If anything, again, he soloed the entire game up until the recent events and all that.
You're right.
Again, I feel like we should do like a raw watch of this because we've been filtered so much after like the past like 6 years of like this internet going back and forth and all that, and maybe it's time we settle the problem here.
Yeah. You're right. We should do that. We're gonna do that at some point. Look out for that. But in terms of SAO alternative GGO, whatever the fuck you want to call it, it's pretty good. Love or hate SAO, I definitely would watch it just because it's a different feel.
Exactly.
It's kind of same feel second half, but they don't focus on it so much as they did in SAO.
Exactly. And plus, I mean, I want to encourage to be open to stuff like this because even if something has the same namesake, it could be completely different.
Right, exactly.
I mean, look at Solid or Not, for example.
Fucking, that's a whole nother show. Like, literally, they tried to capture some of it at the end, but like, it still just turned out to be
not
exactly. But fucking, speaking of shonen,
we're gonna come up to the main cream of the crop.
The cream of the crop of this season, if you want to count it, considering it started, whatever.
It's hyped up.
It's hype.
It's hyped up just as much as anything else on this list so far.
Probably the most hype of the season. Is fucking Boku no Hero Academia season 3, and it does not fucking disappoint thus far. What did we end on? Episode 11, episode 10?
I mean, technically it's 50. I don't know what in context. Episode 50 of the whole series so far.
If I remember correctly, I think this is the.
I mean, we're
11th episode.
Yeah, we're done with
the third season.
We're done with all. We're right now. We're done with All for One at this moment. We're past this.
Right.
But as far as Jared and I didn't actually start season 3 until last night.
Yeah.
Oh no, this morning actually.
Yeah.
We didn't start season 3 until this morning, and I know, I know you want to talk about it since you read the manga.
Right, I'm well past where we are where the anime is now, but like when I read this arc, oh my god, I was so fucking hyped. Like I could not put the manga down. It was just, I was just in it. That fucking fight between, all right, I guess minor spoilers. All Might fights All for One. I won't tell you the outcome, but it's fucking. Ugh, I felt good. I felt it in my loins. It was. Ugh.
I felt it in my heart. Just like, man, the power and everything that came through that fight.
It was just so good, and like just how it builds up, and people, again, you got your trolls that say it's bad, it's just shonen trash. I'm like, but it feels it's so simple in what it does. It doesn't try super hard. It gives you a growing villain, and it gives you a growing main character. Like,
insert handshake if you can't see this.
You can't see this, but I'm just shaking my hands and like, this is what it is. It's just simple. There's heroes and villains, and they fight.
Like, it's very like pure at its core.
Exactly.
Like, just the basis of the entire like series so far.
Exactly, and it doesn't. I honestly feel like it doesn't try too hard to do anything else. It's just it does dance on the moral. Should heroes be heroes, and should villains be whatever. It does that, but in the sense that like the same fucking way The Incredibles did.
All right, exactly.
Because like it's just the argument. Are heroes what society needs? That's what the current villains are arguing, though that's definitely mixed in with we just want to fuck with people.
No, yeah.
And the heroes are like, well, we can't protect everyone, but we're gonna do what we can,
and still get the flack for it.
So it's that eternal cycle of is right, is wrong, right, wrong.
It's because it plays around with that aspect,
right?
Like there really isn't a clear. Oh yeah, there really isn't like a clear winner in any of these cases,
right?
When it comes to like the serious bits, like everyone is always being tested, and you're never sure. You're never always sure if what's happening now is the best that they could have done,
But at the same time, it's like it doesn't like try to drown you in the philosophy.
Yeah,
it's just like this is their viewpoint, and they're gonna fight about it. And it's that simple chemistry between all the characters that just make this a good anime, in my opinion. Say what you will about it. Say that it's just shonen trash, but I feel like that's just coming from people that don't like shonen. Because like shonen has a very clear, very clear idea of when it does it. Friendship and good triumphs over evil.
And screaming makes you more powerful.
And screaming makes you stronger. Yeah, exactly. Or if you're fucking good at one-liners, you'd be like, fucking, that punch was weak. I just didn't put my back into it. I'm like, ugh. That was like, yes, I love that.
Plus ultra.
Exactly. Fucking, like, it just does so many things well.
And what I liked about it is that the past 2 seasons really did well to build up to this arc, because like there were like again the last 2 seasons were really needed to build to get this really built up point to because I mean for me for someone like me who has is completely new to My Hero, you know, I for someone like me that's been really new to it, I actually care about every character in this series. Like each character actually has a point in their existence.
I even fucking care about the villains. Like
exactly.
See, you know, people always say a good superhero show is only as good as its villains, and like they're pretty good. Like All For One, he's fucking. We didn't get very much of him in this series. We only got like 2-3 episodes of him, but it's because he's kind of on the same pedestal as All Might.
Right.
We got the ultimate hero and the ultimate villain, and you know they have their rivalry, but the story revolves around, you know, Midoriya and what's his name, Stain?
Like the hero killer?
No, not Stain. The Handman.
Oh.
I forget his name.
Oh man.
Whatever the fuck you. I hit the mic. You know who I mean, Mr. fucking Multi-Hand, the fucking dude Mr. I don't know his name. Anyway, this season essentially drives home that the story is kind of about these two gonna be in like their moral conflict, because one's being raised to be the ultimate villain, one's being raised to be the ultimate hero, and it's just, I'm assuming whenever the series ends, it's just gonna be their fucking last. Maybe not last, but like
it's about their rising story.
Their rising story, and that's fucking great. Like I don't know if I've ever seen a show where there wasn't a like pre-established villain. Here's all his abilities, and then either the hero wasn't already stronger or was rising up to get to there. I don't think I've ever seen where the villain's also rising up to be as good as or better than the main character.
Or like you mean like the villain is growing just as much as the main character is. Like they're both growing at each other's level.
Right.
And they're constantly trying to get at each other while improving their own skills and ideals.
Right. Like it's just you just see two different swords just constantly being, you know, hammered at and created, and then eventually they'll clash.
Oh yeah, exactly.
And it's just fucking interesting.
How far are you in the manga?
I already told you. Well, I guess it's a spoiler for you guys, but it's more like a look into the future for those that haven't read the manga. The next arc's gonna involve the Yakuza, but I'm at the end of that arc.
Okay.
Yeah.
And there's still more after that, right?
Yeah, I stopped. I haven't caught up since that arc ended, so I'm pretty sure whatever the next plot point is going on. I just don't know what it is.
I was more worried about just like material wise for them to animate. If there's
yeah, no, they from what it looks like, season 3 is gonna cover that arc.
Okay, like the rest of season 3.
Because there's 25 episodes in the season,
right?
And this arc, the All For One arc, ended. I think that was episode 11 or 12.
Something like that.
So we're only halfway, and I believe that's the very next thing to happen. Unless I'm remembering wrong. I might be. But we're going to be introduced to some new heroes, some senpais that have some pretty interesting powers. They're going to be introduced to, you know, like I said, the Yakuza, and a very interesting character that the Yakuza have.
Oh.
So look out for that.
But
in the coming weeks.
But shit, My Hero season 3
was fucking good. It is fucking good.
It's kicking off the summer strong even after this arc.
Oh, it sure is. Unfortunately, I don't think we're gonna get the 4th season until like fall.
I mean, it makes sense. Give them like another.
Right.
That's how they've always done it. That's how they've always done it. It was always a what is it? Every other season kind of deal.
Actually, I'm not seeing it in here for fall, so maybe it might take a little longer.
Oh no, they have that movie.
Right.
The My Hero movie is actually being released this July in Japan.
ReZero's getting.
Yes, RE0 is actually getting a OVA in October.
All right. Well, I'm looking too far ahead.
Yeah.
But there's unfortunately some shows that we didn't get a chance to get to due to time constraints.
And I mean, a lot of is wrapping up. Maybe we're probably gonna do like a full wrap up.
Mm-hmm.
You know, either probably in the next week or something, because summer season's gonna start real soon once July hits.
That's true.
So, but because of that, there's something we have to discuss.
This is true.
This season we have to. I don't. Did we do it last season? But we have to point out the waifu of the season.
We didn't do it last season.
We did. Okay. Well,
we can do it for both seasons.
It's a lot to cover.
I mean, we already know who won last season.
It's
fucking 0-2 from Darling and Frank.
That's true. Yeah.
Her only contender really was Violet from Violet.
Exactly. Yeah, that was the next one in my head too. Like, it was not 0-2. It definitely was Violet.
Like, argue. You know, say what you will. It was either gonna be one of those two, and we know 0-2 won because like she's fucking everywhere. If you go into any anime social media, you're gonna see her before you really see anybody else.
Exactly. So she's just been memed. Not only that, but she's quality. She's a quality waifu.
She is a quality waifu.
Even on the maybe Andre scale ish.
She's on the autistic
Kamidare.
Kamidare yandere manic pixie dream girl kind of deal, but like
wholesome.
She's wholesome. she's a cutie. I definitely enjoy her. But like,
which reminds me, we still gotta watch that latest episode.
Oh right, I forgot. Oh man, oh my god.
Because we saw the preview for that yesterday.
Right.
Doesn't look too good.
It doesn't, and we already talked about the episode before this last week.
Right. So
you got that going for you guys, but like, fucking.
Actually, honestly, I think the next time we'll talk about Darling in the Franxx will be when it's done.
Yeah.
So let's like. It's only what, 2 episodes left after this one?
No, it's
24, isn't it? Oh no, is it 24 episodes or 25?
It's 20. Yeah, you're right. 24.
So we only have two episodes left after this one.
Shit.
So we're gonna do you want do you think you want to do we want to do like a full podcast on the series?
All right. Well, it's gotten to the point where we've practically every podcast since this show came out.
Yeah, but like a formal review of the whole show.
I guess we could.
You know. Even if it just means like half of it, like their traditional way.
I mean, we might as well just do it the way we've been doing it, because it's definitely the one we've been paying the most attention to.
At least covering on this
podcast, which is why we kind of had to do the binge and then talk about everything else.
Exactly.
Because we've been lacking, but we'll do better in the coming season.
We'll do better. But most importantly, waifu of the season.
Waifu of the season. This season.
Couple of rules though. Should we not include any ongoing series? Like My Hero Academia, Darling in the Franxx.
See, that's hard though, because all right, I understand not including Darling in the Franxx, because that it's still going. Mm-hmm. Whereas Boku no Hero Academia is a season 3.
Yeah, it's been going,
but it's like, I guess you're right.
It's still a sequel. I mean, it's still the same.
Yeah, but it's not the same characters.
But it's carrying over though. Well.
That's the thing. A new character was introduced in the season.
That's true.
That has become, in my opinion, waifu of the season.
Really?
Or at least based on what I've seen on social media. She's not my waifu of the season.
Well, this is what we're talking about. Like, what's our waifu?
Oh, okay.
What's our waifu of the season?
Right, well, mine's definitely fucking Lynn's real self.
Oh, Lynn. Her, what's her name?
Maybe that's not a good sign.
I mean, we don't see her IRL self as much.
We don't, but just what we do get to see, she's fucking tasty.
Mm.
I do like what's her face from Hana-chan from Otaku.
Oh, Hanako. Hanako Kyoyanagi.
Yeah.
Kyoyanagi, yeah.
Yeah. She's pretty good. Not just because she has big boobs, though. It's because she has a big heart. Behind those big boobs,
Just get past all the BL stuff, and then you're fine.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things. So it's
all right.
For me, it's kind of in between those two. Though I might be leaning a bit more towards Lynn because, or Lynn's real self because, how do I say it? While I did enjoy Otaku, I felt more invested in GGO. Right. So more invested in that character. So that's for me.
Okay.
But how about for you, Jomo?
So me,
it's an Anzu from
nah, she'd be like Matsuri. No, she'd be like best daughter.
Best daughter of the season.
Best child, if anything. Right. Like Jesus Christ. Like she's the definition of like what did Nita call it? A father's ideal.
Yeah, father's ideal, exactly.
That's the father's ideal world right there.
But the other thing is, we unfortunately miss a lot of Prime waifu material animes.
Oh, Prime. Oh.
Like, for example, fucking FLCL.
Oh, yeah.
Uma Musume. We've seen a couple episodes, but we didn't finish it.
Right.
I think Caligula had some good ones. And there's that one weird baby one.
Oh, yeah. You mentioned that last night.
And I guess if you want to consider Persona 5.
True. I mean, I don't know. See, hold on. Let me think. Let me think for a second. If I had to, actually, no. I know what it is.
What?
My waifu of the season is Teresa from Tada Won't Fall in Love.
Oh right, I forgot about that one.
I mean, call me as blandy vanilla trash as you want, but I haven't caught up. I still need to watch the latest episode for that. But how do I describe her? In context of the show, she is the rainbow that comes out in every storm. Because rainbows are actually a big theme in the show.
Really? Yeah. Oh yeah, because you were telling me about the whole wanting to catch a rainbow. What was it? Or is that a different show? The wanting to catch a specific moment with the camera?
Oh no, that's actually a different manga.
Oh, okay, never mind.
No, the reason why it's rainbows are a big thing because in context of the show, Teresa when she was little in Luxembourg, she would always watch a samurai show called The Rainbow Samurai or The Rainbow Shogun, and
she's racist.
No, like it's this weird ass show where it's like this samurai will like butt into like I guess like gang hideouts to like what name a color of the rainbow, and the guy's like green, wrong. The color of rainbow is rainbow. You will be punished. You are now punished, and you will be saved.
The fuck?
And it's like live your life like a rainbow, something like that.
I can't hate you because she's corny, because my anime waifu is corny. But like, goddamn,
she's not just corny. She's quirky. She's lovable. She's lovable. She takes. You know how like every photographer has like their thing, kind of like their subject matter when it comes to their work.
Yeah.
Her thing is like rocks. Like she'll take pictures of rocks in like weird or funny shapes. Like there's like a penguin rock. There's a rock that looks like a fish.
You're right.
And it's adorable. Like and she acts like a tourist because she's from Luxembourg. She wanted to visit Japan because of the Rainbow Shogun, and she'll like reference like different parts of the show and like, oh, that's where the Rainbow Shogun comes out. Apparently he comes out of a storm drain when he like introduces himself in the show, and like she'll like fangirl about like different slogans and stuff like that, and it's nice. I mean, right now we're at a peak. We're at a peak of the show, a climax of the show right now, where it's like, she's taking a step back and she recognizes her place in the world, as we all know that she's not just your ordinary Luxembourg blonde-haired heroine. For those who
gets existential out of nowhere.
Doesn't get existential, but it gets very statusy.
Okay.
She's from a different social status.
Oh, okay.
That she has to. That the main character and her have to
deal with.
So
for them to be in love.
but she is my waifu this season.
Them to be in love.
What was her name? I forget what her surname was, but it's definitely Teresa.
Okay. But like, I was saying before though, like, in terms of just the general most popular waifu of the season.
Now we're talking about internet waifu of the season.
Uh-huh.
Well, I already know what the answer to that is. It's gonna be
fucking
Toga.
Toga from My Hero Academia.
You know, I don't know why.
She's fucking weird. That's why.
It's because we
us degenerates will latch on to anything that's not normal.
When is anything ever normal in our community?
Exactly.
Exactly. Yeah.
So that's why I said anything.
You think it's gotta be the Fang 2 thing?
That. What is with you people and fucking the Fang thing? Like, I get.
It's not just both. It has to be the single Fang one, like the single Fang.
But
aesthetic.
Hers is both. Hers is literally both.
It's all four actually.
All four. She's fucking 4 times stronger than all the other fingers. Like, what is wrong with you people? I get it. It's a cute quirk, but goddamn, you will center a whole fucking waifu religion around it.
It probably is already.
There is exactly.
It's the single Fang aesthetic.
The fucking like, again, maybe this is just, this is subjective. This is me being like, I don't understand my own community, but I do understand my own community because if it's something that you can single out, people are gonna fucking focus on it.
I don't know, Drew. I think maybe we're just not our power level is not high enough. That's why we don't understand.
I was fucking researching Marina from fucking Splatoon. I think my power level is pretty high, Jomel. Yeah. Considering she's a fucking octopus.
Like, let's be honest here, Drew. Anything that's tentacle related, you're already on top of it.
You're not wrong. You're absolutely not wrong.
Whether it's the Chaos Call of Cthulhu or the fucking mint green of Octo Girl.
You are not fucking wrong, but I'm just saying. It's essentially the pot calling the kettle black.
What's that obvious?
It's like I mean, I know why people like things, but I don't know why people like things, you know?
Yeah.
Think about it. Like, why do people fucking like fucking what? And I'm not gonna out Kevin here. But why do people like Toga? She's definitely yandere.
Right.
But she's a different kind of yandere, because most yandere are like, oh, I'm super possessive.
Mm-hmm.
But she's the type where I like you because I want to see you bleed. You look cool while you're bleeding, so I'm gonna cut you. Like, no.
Maybe it's because of personality type. Like,
she's fucking weird.
Yeah.
That's why.
Like, not the no pun intended, but she is quirky as hell.
Yes.
Like, it's okay. I mean, I did look into it a little bit, and I think it's because I don't know if this is too objective or anything, but like the way she looks.
Yeah. She is cute. I do like her aesthetic.
No, not just that, but like how she looks like she's enjoying herself.
Oh.
Every time, or at least during a battle, she looks like she's always having fun.
It's true.
Like she's being the most genuine version of herself.
Yeah.
Maybe, and that people really latch on to that kind of characteristic, especially if they're really all in on. If they're like, especially if like the character is literally putting herself out there and all that.
Yeah, I mean, I can see that.
And then, like, this may be a bit of a sidestep, but like, it's kind of like how that's the reason why I chose Teresa as my wife, because of how she just essentially fangirls herself for Rainbow Shogun, and also takes pictures of rocks. She just doesn't care about she's not too concerned about her decisions, as though she's just doing what she does what she does because she's either having fun with it, or she's really doing it because this is what she wants to do. Maybe that's what it is. I don't know. This is like wide reaching for a reason to like someone like Toga. I can completely understand the Toga aesthetic,
but like I can understand that's just it though, the aesthetic. I mean, everything else is awful.
This is coming from me that likes what's her name? She's from Data Live, the one with Clock Eye.
Oh, fucking Kurumi.
Yeah, I love Kurumi. If you were to ask me who I would choose out of all those different like characters, Kurumi is my number one.
No, don't get me wrong. I certainly understand that. I agree with you there, but hers is different.
Who Kurumi's or Toga's?
Kurumi's like she. All right, I guess they have the same idea where like they're all in on whatever they're doing.
Right.
But like, she's the type of.
It's hard.
She's not even so much like she's yandere, like, oh, I'm gonna kill anyone around you. She's like,
she does do that though.
She's yes, but that's just there's a difference though. Like if you look at, all right, let's look at the Queen of Yandere's. You know,
okay,
she did not want him to be with anybody.
Right.
Kurumi felt like she would have been okay with it, but like
she wants him to herself, but not possessive in a way.
Right.
Well, she'll kill anyone else around her.
Right.
If anything, she'll just claim him as her own, and that's it.
Right. It's like that part of her was separate from the fact that she's batshit. You know what I mean? They didn't correlate necessarily.
Maybe because the reason why I like Kurumi because she's still human in a sense. Well, she'll still tease you.
Right.
Or maybe just like remember how Toga was teasing? Well, I don't know what's teasing, but like she was essentially calling Sue by Sue, and then
but that whole thing was because she was batshit. Because she just immediately started calling them friends because why? There was no reason. She just did. That's because she's fucking crazy. Kurumi kills people because she's trying to extend her life.
Right.
And outside of that,
she's just
kind of
a really good tease when it comes to the main character.
Right. I mean, again, like I said, her liking the main character was separate from the fact that she was batshit. Koga is just batshit. Like,
maybe that's it. Maybe they just like the reason why she's so popular is because she's batshit. Because look at before her 02.
Yeah.
If it's not Toga, 02 is also another seasonal favorite at the time.
So this is true. I'm honestly surprised like more people weren't up in arms about fucking High School DxD.
Yeah, that's true.
Because there's some prime waifus there. Like
we're past that right now. We're past traditional
true
prime waifu. Right now the community is all dino or all crazy at this point.
Or just both.
Exactly. Dino, crazy, or all the above.
You're right. I mean, it's gotten to the point where I feel like it's we've literally gotten to the point where just having one quirk isn't good enough. You have to be you have to be all the way there.
Exactly.
I feel like Mon Musume ruined us. It ruined us as a community where we can't accept anything normal anymore.
Exactly.
It has to be fucking out there.
It opened up new avenues. So it was like people are like looking back like there's more, and then they just want more because humans are selfish creatures. They want as much as they want. Essentially, they're all for one.
Right. It's true. You're right.
They want to encapsulate all the quirks into one waifu, and then give all that to all the waifus.
If we do that though, she'll be too powerful.
This is why we need All Might. We need a one for all.
It'll be too powerful. Like it'll literally destroy the. If there was a waifu that everyone liked, we would implode.
How would that even? That's not even possible.
Exactly, we would implode.
Our community as itself would just cease to exist.
The argument would literally just be over, and everyone would just go back to being fucking regular pieces of shit. It wouldn't be.
We'd be normies.
Exactly.
Oh my god, that would be the downfall of the community. If everyone just liked the same character.
It can't happen. It's almost impossible.
It is impossible.
It's almost impossible. It could happen.
I don't know. That's a stretch. That's a big stretch.
It's a huge stretch, but it could happen.
Because conflict breeds discussion, and discussion breeds new ideas.
You're right.
When all that is gone, what do you got left?
Exactly.
Nothing.
That's what I'm saying.
You got Kim Kardashian liking 02, and Toga being the staple the staple quirk for waifu material.
It's gonna get. I'm just saying, it'll get to an extreme where fucking someone will encapsulate everything people like about a character, and then we just won't have any reason to go on.
Or even worse, it'll never be enough.
That's also a possibility. We'll get what we want, and everyone will be like, "This is great, but more." And then the creators will be like, "But there isn't any more.
What else do you want?" Like, you'll need to partner up Trigger, Shaft, fucking...
Just get them all.
Ufotable and get them all to animate something.
I mean, for God's sakes, we're getting a fucking anime about blood cells. Like,
exactly.
What more can we do?
We're getting an anime about we're getting an isekai anime about a guy getting transported in the fantasy world as a slime.
There's only so much we can do. Oh my god, I'm just saying,
it's like the Pixar effect. What else can we give feelings to?
Toys, fucking dinosaurs, fucking
feelings.
We gave feelings to feelings. Like they already went as meta as possible.
Exactly.
And that wasn't enough.
But how meta can we get? That's the overall like poet right there of our community. How far can we go until we can't go any further?
It's a Gurren Lagann aspect.
How bigger can we get?
How big can we get? Just fucking keep going. Just drilling our way to the top.
Yeah. Into you cease of existence.
Until we literally fucking destroy everything.
What is it? It's like there's a term in normal society. It's maximum capacity.
Yeah.
That kind of thing. Like, and there's an existing maximum capacity. We're not there yet, but it's there. We just have to recognize that it's there, and we have to also recognize that once we get there, that we have to stop.
Going back, right?
No, there's no It's not that there's no going back, but we have to stop and reevaluate ourselves. Because once we get to that maximum capacity, if we try to breach that wall, we're gonna end up creating something that's even worse than what we're imagining.
But like, it's just so fucking spooky. Like, I don't know.
Maybe it'll be beyond our time, Duran.
Well, far into the annals of the future, there will be a waifu.
No, we're gonna be in our 70s, be like, yes, I remember a time of peace. A time of serenity when we could all just love one waifu individually. It's like 5 years of the waifu wars. It's like World War III and it's like the Steins Gate thing, like spookiness where there's literal waifu wars and like each nation or each like subgroup of our community is being represented by like a waifu archetype.
God. And then the one waifu unites us all, and then the world just becomes the fucking anti-spirals, and we just fucking lay down, and we're just done.
We're slowly becoming the anti-spiral.
We'll accumulate so much that we just can't handle it and just rest for all eternity.
And we'll have to. And then you know who our heroes will be? The normies.
They'll bring us back.
It'll come full circle. They'll come full circle and give us our purpose.
But will it just be a never-ending like spiral?
No,
fucking.
They'll destroy us and start over.
But again, they'll start over. It'll begin again.
We have to pass the torch, Duran. Pass on the torch to the next generation of degenerates.
We don't need any more.
No, you're right. We don't need any more of us, but we need to look out into the stars and hope that there are better versions of ourselves that'll take on the torch.
I don't think
pass on this responsibility.
I don't think they exist.
That's what All Might wants, Duran. That's what All Might wants. We will defeat All for One.
You can punch a villain in the face. You can't fight degeneracy. It's impossible.
Not alone. Not alone, Duran, but together. For this is one for all.
I can't fucking do it. It's too powerful.
The Boku no Hero hype is still there.
It's still fucking there.
Oh man.
What were we even fucking talking about?
Waifus.
Right. Did you see how dangerous these conversations can get?
Yeah.
We start fucking going to the next universe.
Wars will be waged, lives will be lost, families will be torn apart.
Exactly. Just fucking.
This is too powerful.
I'm just imagining a world where fucking, cause fucking anime is getting bigger.
Yeah.
More anime is getting bigger. People are becoming shittier. Fucking, it's gonna spread all over the world. If anime becomes the top media in the world, what happens?
I have lived at that point.
Exactly.
I've lived that. I would have said I lived to maximum capacity at that point.
I've seen
the rise, but I will not live to see the downfall of it.
The fall of man. But Jomel, by the time we're fucking 70, they might find the fucking fountain of youth, and we're forced to watch as the world burns itself from waifuism.
Well, there's a saying. It's like hard times create strong men. Strong men create good times, but good times creates weak men, and weak men create disaster. Right now, I think we're at the peak of good men creating good we're strong men creating good things. We're hitting we're rising. We're gonna hit that maximum capacity, and it's gonna be a do or die situation where we have to choose whether break through or step back.
I don't want to imagine what the next step would be. Like, I'd rather we go back and reevaluate instead of like pushing past.
Maybe that's it. Maybe it's not our time. This is not our. It's never gonna. I don't think we'll see it in our time, Jaron. We have to just entrust the future into the youth's hands.
I'm just saying. I don't know if they can. I don't think they're powerful enough.
Well, that's the risk that we have to be willing to take in order for them to reach plus ultra.
Go beyond our limits, huh?
We have to believe in them. Well, believe in the us that believes. No,
believe.
We have to believe in them that believes in us.
We have to believe in them that believes in us to believe in them.
Exactly. It's all in our hands now, Jaron. We can only do as much.
We can only
as of right now.
We can only lay the groundwork.
Lay the groundwork. Give them the tools to build and rebuild if necessary. And once we're gone, it'll be up to them. What the fuck are we talking about?
I don't know.
It's gone so deep.
It gets too deep anytime waifus comes up.
No.
See, this is why this is why we generally we try to center on one thing, because if we ever get on waifus, things just go to a whole nother realm.
Oh yes.
It's a subject that can bring the community together and also just cause its downfall, like we said. It's dangerous.
But until that downfall, we got more to talk about later on in life. Right now, all we have to do is do what we have to do now and just keep you guys up to date with everything that comes in.
And do our fucking best to brave this storm and bring you the light.
One for all.
All for one.
Plus ultra, guys.
That's right.
And as always, thank you guys for listening. Thank you for downloading. Keep up to date with all of our social medias and links.
Facebook, YouTube, Twitters, our fucking Patreon, our fucking find us on them iHeartRadios, them iTunes, all that shiznit.
And as always, guys, my name is Jamel Socorro.
My name's Jaron Gaddis.
And we are the Wannabe Boo Podcast, bringing you the latest and greatest game and anime news, reviews, and waifus for Laifu.
Thanks for listening, guys, and we will talk to you next time.